like fiery red-orange sky.
You know, the sky is completely gray. It's completely gray, but it has a little bit of hazy orangey.
I was led to look in the sky, and the sky was stormy clouds. I mean, these clouds were so gray.
All of a sudden, I saw a clock, and it was ticking, and it hit midnight, number 12 hour. And right before it hit 12 midnight, I heard an angel say to me, "Get everything done before the 12th hour."
Suddenly I heard a loud bang. I couldn't understand what was that. Everybody thought it was a bomb, but it sounded a big bang, and I turned around and it hurt my ears.
I saw this huge bombshell, like explosion, go off. Now it looked like a bunch of fireworks to me, but I knew it was an explosion and that it was significant.
There's a lightning hitting the streets. There's what looks like lava coming out of the ground, and where the lava's coming out, it's also lightning. Tornadoes coming out of the sky, touching down on buildings.
Hail ice coming from the sky, but the size of meteors coming down, just destroying. I mean, just tearing everything up. You can just see them coming, just hitting houses, hitting people, hitting ground, hitting cars. I mean, it was just like a rain of hell that was the size of meteors.
And then there are fireballs coming out of the sky, coming down like, I don't know if you want to say a comet on fire or almost like a missile, but just balls of fire coming down and hitting the earth. And you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's you don't know where it's gonna hit or land. Really just wild.
There was this one man, and something hit him. I don't know if it was there was like a big chunk of his head was just gone, and he was just like stunned, walking around, not realizing that he's dead. And you know, other things, you know, it's like stuff came from the sky. I guess maybe it was meteors or war.
Chaos started breaking out. The people in the parking lot, I could see all of that, and just different things going on, disasters and stuff.
I just see my little brother, just me and him only, standing in the middle of the chaos, and I see clothes and shoes and bag all over the ground, people running and screaming and crying, and little kids about my age almost running around and with their mom and yelling, "Mom, Dad."
And there was a lot of teenagers, and the only way I remember, I was basically the only adult. There was a bunch of teenagers, like kids.
But the news and this Jimmy Kimmel show were talking it down like it was just, oh, it was a really interesting experience. Look at this, it's amazing. This, you know, fireballs coming out of the sky. Space is so interesting. It's, you know, we've been here for forever, millions and millions of years. I guess eventually something like that has to happen with weather. Totally downplaying what happened.
We seen these lights moving in the clouds. I mean, there was like a lot of lights. They were just going fast through the clouds, and everybody was looking like, "What is that? What is that?" Man, if I tell you, next thing you know, these about 5, 6, 7. I mean, they were coming out. UFOs, huge UFOs. I mean, they were coming out of the clouds with vengeance.
And there was like ships in the sky, and we were running and hiding behind cars, from car to car.
And we ran inside a room from the store, and there we hide there too. We thought we was gonna get cash or something. I told my brother, "Is this the end of the world?" My brother, he just stared at me quiet in silence. And then suddenly we saw a car coming and crashing inside the store, and trucks came in too, and buses all crashing and coming inside, rushing inside the store.
People were getting destroyed by different things, illnesses, sicknesses. People were dying left and right real fast.
And there was people everywhere and trash everywhere, and people were just going crazy trying to get their hands on whatever they could get.
Military came to every people's homes. They had a list of people's names that were Christians. They went to their homes on each level of a floor, apartment, your house, whatever it was. They pulled you out and they took you to the concentration camps. That's exactly what I saw.
It was just like a mass. I was in a mass group of people with my mom, and people were just getting chopped. Like, it was in the night, it was sudden,
and we were getting attacked by terrorists, and people were just getting their heads chopped off, and that be me included, and my mother, and I watched her die.
Well, I don't know what they did or what they said to these people, but they were chopping their heads off. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I kept praying, God, please, please, I don't want to have to die for my faith. Please rescue me, please, God, please. I don't want to feel any pain, please, God. And so, as I'm praying, these people's heads, like, their blood was splattered, and it went all over me. And I remember lifting my legs up in the air, kind of like I wanted to kick them or push them away, and they grabbed me to chop my head off. I was like looking at myself outside of my body, and then my head chopped off.
I was with a lot of people, and we were in some sort of camp, some sort of FEMA camp maybe. We were close to a body of water, possibly an ocean, and massive waves were hitting the camp, and everyone was just freaked out. There was pandemonium everywhere. It was terrible.
This big wave just came and it washed all the people away, and everyone was screaming and crying.
They came and hit the camp, and we would be tossed around in the waves. Those of us who believed in Jesus were not afraid of these waves, and would sort of walk out to them with open arms.
The water was dried up, and all the people that were washed away in the sea, they were all sleeping. So I went to wake my family up first, because obviously I want to make sure they are alright first. So, and then I wake up all the people, and I told them, hey, let's get out of here. And they were like, we tried to get out of here, and there's no way out.
We just wanted to get back to our world down below, where we could be free and believe what we believed, but there wasn't a safe way back, and if we jumped down, we'd die. We were in this place in the sky or the air where it was a different way of life, and you had to believe what they believed or they'd kill you. Even people who you once would have thought you could trust, you couldn't. I remember leaning down to a little girl who I'd realized was a believer, and at first thinking, no, you can't say those things, they'll kill you.
And I started to say, I rebuke you. I did say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. And the second time I said it, it was really hard. I could barely get it out. I went to do it the third time. And when I went to do that the third time, it just completely cut my breath out. I couldn't say it. I couldn't get the words out.
They keep running. I kind of go after them, and I'm now in like a different area of the warehouse, and I can see like beds everywhere. And in the crowd, I see my daughter and son-in-law, and I say to them, call on the name of Jesus. And like their faces turned white. They were just pale, and they were like shocked that I said that. And they're saying like, don't say that. You can't say that. What are you, crazy? You can't say that. Don't say that.